We were always dressed really well. We went to church every Sunday. We had a new car, a nice house. First grade, wearing a suit and tie, and then being asked not to get it dirty. My mom had nice dresses, nice jewelry. The difference was he got to keep his suits and nice attire, but he would usually return my mom's outfits. He seemed like the great provider. He seemed like he was loving and caring. But there was a completely different life inside the house, and that included a lot of abuse and a lot of violence, just outbursts. Over time, it became kind of normalized. There was always kind of a tentative way that we walked around the house. So the night my mom left, that was a pretty crazy night. At that point, I was 10 years old, maybe 11. My sister was 1 year old. Basically, my dad, he was angry at my mom for something. I came down the stairs to the basement and saw him hitting her with a baseball bat. When I tried to step in, he shoved me out of the way, and I ran upstairs and got to a phone. One of the unexpected nights that he didn't take the phone cord away. I made a call to my mom's side of the family. They tried to retrieve her, all of us actually, but he blocked the way between the staircase where I was to where my mom was by the front door, and he was actually holding a butcher knife at that point. They took her and they drove off. And then he drove around holding a crowbar, looking for her. I remember that vividly. My sister was asleep in her car seat, and I could see him going from house to house of different family members and friends. He could not find her, so I didn't know where my mom was. She was actually in the hospital. A lot of her injuries were internal and to the top of her head. I just took on the role of making sure my sister was okay. I guess I always looked out the window to see if she would ever come back. I saw her drive past with the police, and I ran out of the babysitter's house down the block barefoot. What I didn't know at the time was they were circling the block to make sure he wasn't home. They picked us up and then went to the house, and she was able to recover some basic necessities. It opened my eyes to society and what people prioritized. People were more concerned in the family about how this looked to the community, that my mom was leaving my father, rather than the details that she was getting abused every day from day 2 of her marriage for 15 years. We felt alone, no support from family, friends, churches. Parents told their kids not to play with me. Husbands told wives not to talk to my mom. They looked at us as kind of outsiders.
We really were hungry for some sort of validation that what we were doing was right. And then my mom found Upnagar, and it really changed everything.
Upnagar provided a winter coat. I still remember wearing it to school.
And instead of us cutting one sandwich into 3 to share between us, they gave us a full hot meal. They also provided legal services for my mom and supervised visitations with our father.
And having this space within Upnagar to visit with him, but surrounded by people that were looking out for our best interests, just provided a sense of security that we didn't have before. And that was important for us because no place really felt safe.
Maybe the most important thing Upnagar did for me is it allowed me to feel comfortable going to counseling, to get that mental and emotional nourishment I really needed. They provided a space for us to just talk openly. I learned how to understand my own thoughts and feelings through those sessions.
And so I went to a counselor at school who made a statement. And she said 80% of all kids that grow up in this environment end up as high school dropouts, as another divorced family, and tend to repeat what their father did. And I remember sitting at that counselor's office and saying, how do I end up the 20% and not the 80?
And what Upnagar showed me was to keep seeking counsel even today as an adult. It's a way for me to self-reflect and make sure that I'm being a good human being and recalibrating and resetting myself.
I do have moments where I think about, why couldn't he figure this out? Why did it have to be me? My daughter, when she was born, I thought, how could anyone give this up? This is amazing. There's a comfort in monotony at home. Coming home means there's a safe space where no matter what the world throws at you, you come home and we'll figure it out together, and it'll be okay.